Alright guys, welcome. And okay, now the reason I'm making this video is because the last one I did, um like some of you guys were like, I don't have a laptop, I only have a phone. You understand? So I decided to create another video showing you how you can build the landing pages without using a laptop. Although I'll be using my laptop, but I can assure you you can also do it as well on your phone. I don't want to screen record with my phone. Understand? So that's why I did it here. But everything I'm doing here can just be the same thing. You can clone and do with your phone. It's as simple as that. So the first thing you want to come to do is go to carrd.co. That's card.co. It's a very, very popular site. And most people don't have a phone. They use it as well. So you want to go to card.co slash card.co, then you log in. All you just have to put in your login is just your email and then your password, and then you are done. They are not collecting any card. They are not. They have different plans. Like they have the $9 plan. They have the $19 plan per month. I think per month or per year. I'm not sure which of it is. But then with this free plan, you can do something. Unfortunately, the best thing you can only do with the free plan is that you just have a button that directs them to your WhatsApp, because you cannot collect form, like you cannot collect um form like this. This one is not even collecting form. So when you have to input emails and all that, you cannot input that. Like your customers or your leads cannot input that. You understand? So but without that, you can just create a page like this. Like this one, the one I created on system too. So you can just create a page like this where you click on it, and then it will redirect them to a WhatsApp. You understand? So that's it. And then we start working on it. So one thing I want you to know is that I'm also going to try my best to create something as similar as this. I'm not using the same software, so it might not be the exact same way it should be. You understand? And I'm using a free plan because I don't use card actually. This one that is here, I think is over um let me just say over 15 months that I've done this one. I don't use card anymore. So okay, I'm just going to use this blank page here. So to start. So once you log into your dashboard using your phone, just go here and you can check out their pro plans. Their pro plan is very, very great. Um, let's just go through it. So depending on your choice, you can decide to go for it. Okay, they said $9 per year. Imagine $9, just $9 per year. So for this, I'm coming. You can see you cannot have forms here. So for their $9 per year, but when you go for $19, but for me, I rather prefer if you um if you just get a domain and hosting for $19. You can get as that $19 is about, let's just say 10,000 naira. You can get a domain and hosting for that. In fact, you can get a domain and hosting for less than $10, but you just have to renew it every month, and the renewal for every month is just like $4 per month, because you are buying a domain and then an hosting. Let's just go check something out, because most times people think that okay, I let me just I think I'll just leave it because you might not have a laptop, and for WordPress you might need a laptop. Although I have a set of templates, like something like this. It's not this one exactly, but templates that looks very beautiful like these ones, that you can use to build your landing pages faster. And then even with your WordPress, you can use it with your phone, because the application we are using, I mean the software we are using allows phone. If you just put your phone in desktop mode, you understand? So but then let's just go straight into building a landing page with this thing. So if you want to get templates, you can just holler me up. So once you are done, we just have to create a new site. I think I missed that part. Let me go back. So you have to create new site. This one only allows, I think, 3 sites. You understand? I think let me create from scratch will be better. So um actually, I'm not really good at card. Like I said, it's been over 15 months I used it. But one thing that really applies to all these platforms is that they are mostly similar. And the reason they are similar is this: it is about design. It's just like you doing things on Canva, doing it on Photoshop, doing it on InDesign or whatever software you are using. They are almost the same. What really matters is the strategy, not just the tool. It is your sense, like your design thinking, your design sense, like that really comes to play. Actually, if you watch the first video where I showed how you can build on system, You know, get to understand. But let's just say you are new here. So let me show you some things here. Like this, some stuffs I'm giving out for people who are in my paid class actually. But let's just go through some of them so you can understand some stuff where I'm doing. That you get to know when you're trying to design landing pages. You understand? So actually, this is one of the a free stuff and a paid stuff I'm giving out to guys. But then let me talk about my landing page design thought process so you can understand how easy it can be to design landing pages. And when I want to design landing page, one thing I just go through is the design principles. You understand? So, but much more to that, let's talk about how I come up with ideas, how I go about designing them. And it's as simple as this. I store as much as landing pages than any other person. Like when I say a landing page, see, let me just say, for example, let me bookmark this thing. If I want to bookmark this thing, you see something that was going to come up. I think the network is bad or something, Sha. Okay, you can see when I want to bookmark, you can see funnel design inspirations. There are a lot of funnel design inspirations I have. But let me go and check it out. You see a lot of bookmarks I have. You can see most of them are landing page designs I have. And this is one reason why I designed good landing page. See, these are the funnel design inspirations. See, from here down here, there are even much more safe. These are the ones I put together. So whenever I'm never stuck with designing landing page. Why? Because I have a lot of ideas around me and then I can get to use them. You understand? So probably I see a landing page that looks like this. One thing I might just look at is the pattern, the way they did this box. They added a text and then they did something. In fact, this one was not my original idea. I got it from another place and then I tweaked it into something massive as this. You understand? So it's not about you being a guru in design. It's just you knowing the principles of design like this ones and then knowing how to turn something that is already good into something that is better for yourself without trying to steal and trying to copy anything. You know, there's this book called Still Like an Artist. Probably if you watched it, you discover that if you read the book, you discover that there's nothing new under the sun. Everybody just try to amplify these things with their own personality, with their own touch, with their own Midas touch. So when you have two pastors, and let me just say, no, let me say pastors. Let's say, for example, you have two designers. Most times, one thing one person do is what is where the other got inspirations. Go and ask good designers. What they get good inspirations, and then they try to check the way their layout is. Probably I might open Canva here. I don't want to delay stuff here. Let me just open Canva. And I just want to go straight to designing. But you need to understand it. So most times it doesn't look like this person is a guru. No one is really a guru. We just understand the principles. Because once you understand the principles, everything follows. And this is why even it doesn't matter what you are using. If you are using WordPress, if you are using system, if you are using card, whatever you are going to use, it you can do something so great. I've seen some landing page and on Canva, I'm like, wow, someone did this. It's just the fact that because of the fact that they really understand the principles behind designs. They really understand the principles. And it's more about principles rather than just you trying to go there in a blank page. I can assure you, let's say these are the templates they provided. Let's say landing page rather. So you want to go to landing. So let's say as a pro now, what you want to do is like, okay, see the only one they gave for free. Like this is the only one you can get for free. And tell me what do you want to do with this one? So let's say as a pro now, you now want to design from scratch. You want to design from scratch. How do you go about turning a blank page into a beautiful design and responsive page that really converts people? It's not easy. So what really helps you during this process is the fact that you get to understand the principles of designs and then you can turn it into something great. Like turn a blank page, turn whatever idea you've gotten into a beautiful design. You understand? So let's just say I think I'll just go for blank. Um okay, they said skip this skills and start from scratch. I think I'll start from scratch. So I'm just going to I don't need Canva anymore. So it's going to take a while. Okay, nothing here yet. So this is how it looks like. This is how it looks like. Let me pause this. Okay, so when I was talking about design principle, what I really mean is that okay, like I think we have since I'm not really a designer, but I get to study a lot about design. You understand? Because even if as a funnel designer, you're a designer. Yes. The fact that okay, so I think this thing paused while I was recording. So I don't know where I stopped, but let's talk about alignment. So when I was talking about alignment, what I mean is that when you look at this landing page now, everything here is aligned. Everything is going through this particular part. You can see nothing is exceeding this part. Nothing is exceeding that part. You understand? So alignment is just more like layout and alignment is you trying to make sure things are well gapped, well spaced. You understand? This place is well spaced. The layout is good. You can see, and then everything is just well placed. Not that one is overlaying on the other or something. Everything are well placed and they are well aligned. You understand? Look at this particular part here and here aligned. This one too. You understand? So everything here are going. You can see this test and this test here. They are at the same point. You understand? So that's how it should look like. Understand? Another one is typography, like your font. Be very, very um intentional about the font you are using. Don't just go about using any kind of font. Don't just go around using any kind of font. Some people use Lato. I don't see any reason why you should use Lato. Lato is not a good font. Don't use that font. It's actually boring. Use good font like Railway, Ranga. Okay, this one is Ranga, and don't just use it anyhow. I was using to highlight something. You can see I used it just some few times. You understand? Just some few times, like the one year and all that. You understand? So you want to understand your typography, use good fonts like Montserrat Railway, um, and others. You have to use good colors too, and understand that colors are like how would I say they are relative. So this is black. Assuming this background is black and I'm putting black, it is getting bad. So that's what we call contrast. You understand? So you want to make sure that whatever you're placing on the other is very, very good. So it's not hurting the eyes. Because your lead or strangers who are coming to your landing page, they just want to see what is in it for them. They want to get into a house that they are welcoming. And that's what your page does. If your page is doing something, is too busy or does something that is really irritating, they'll just leave and never to come back again. You understand? So what you're trying to do at this particular point is get them to feel at home in your landing page. So is you trying to interact with them is your first point of contact with your strangers. You understand? Is the first point of contact with your strangers. So you don't want to overwhelm them with different things going on in your landing page. You want to make it simple and subtle. You understand? Simple and subtle. You can see everything is just trying to. Why I tried to animate this thing was just the fact that okay, you can. This is the next action I want you to take, and then as you are landing there, it's trying to animate. You understand? And when you watch this thing, the layout still plays around. You can see. And I think I'll just okay, hierarchy. When you look at this thing very well, hierarchy comes to play very, very a lot. You can see. So when at this particular point, I made this thing very, very big, while others very small. Why I want them to see one thing first. When they come here, the first thing they see is this figure, this 1 million. Yeah. And then this 90 days, and the first thing they just see is this thing first before they see even generate. So one thing that attracts them is this. So we want to try to make it very, very bold for them to see, and that's what hierarchy is. Giving fonts, giving pictures, um a good like a good hierarchy. Probably want to be the first that they will see. You are aligning, arranging them based on how important they are to your customers. So people who are coming here wants to make money, and then when they see this thing like this, okay, they get to say, okay, generate so. You understand? So that's how it looks like, and that's what we want to do here. So now let's talk about building landing page. So when you want to build landing page, you have to understand the fact that landing page don't work like design in the sense that they are not. You cannot drag anything anyhow. See, in fact, in landing page, you cannot place things to each other side. In the sense that okay, you cannot place one here and then place another one here or another one here. It doesn't work like Canva where you draw image, then you can put your text anywhere you like. Let me just give an example. Let's say text, then let's say image. Now you can see it can never go. It's either it goes up or it goes down. You can see it's either it go up or it go down. It can never go beside itself. It will never go. If you only want it to go beside you have to come to colon. Where is colon? My don't tell. Okay. So I don't even think this one has a colon here, sef. So we can see. I think it has, but along the line you'll be going through it, sha. Understand me? So let's just leave that for that. So now let's talk about landing page. There are boxes inside boxes. Like this image is inside a box. You can see this box is inside a box. So now when you want to do something this way, you want to make sure that you are not trying to do things radical. And then also you have to be keep in mind your desktop mode. This is the desktop mode and then the mobile mode. Because 99% of your customers they are using phone, not laptop, you understand? So now we are going to get into everything. And in fact, I'm even scared right now because it's been long I did something like this before. Really long. I've done something like this before, so I'm scared. All right. So I think the first thing we have to do is remove all this text. Then the page. Now let's talk about the page. So let's style the page into what we want it to look like. So we want the page to look so like something like this. So let's go straight away. You want to give it a background. And then one thing I use is that when I'm using a laptop, I have this like extension, Chrome extension. You can check this thing out, okay? So I use Colorzilla or eyedropper 2. So when just go to Colorzilla. If you have a laptop actually, Colorzilla extension. This is not even showing. What's happening? I don't know what's happening. All right, you can see. Just search for Colorzilla, then download it. Don't go to this one colorzilla.com, or you can go to anyone, sha. But come here because I think Colorzilla is an extension made by Mozilla Firefox. So yeah, once you come here, you download your Chrome extension. So once you download it, it's now here. So another one I used to download is Word font. I use Word font to detect the kind of font I'm using. So now let's go to this page. Now let's check out the kind of font I'm using here. The one I use here is Railway, but it will show you. So you can see, okay, Railway. You can see when I click on it, it shows me the now the properties like okay, we have 25 pixels, 30 lines, so it is white. You understand? So it showed me that this Railway and this one is Montserrat. You can see 60 pixel. That's the size, then the line height and all that. So this one will be very very good for us. So these are the two font I used. I use a lot. Okay. Now let's go straight to point. So let's talk about this one. You want to make it a box and then put it at the center. The width. Let's look at it first. Is it wide enough? No. So let's make it more wide. So we can see it's wide enough now, like this one too. So I want to leave it this way. Is it good this way? Yeah. Let's just leave it this way. And like I said, I'm not sure I'm able to build as functional as WordPress because that's one of the problems of these ones. But then there's nothing you cannot like. Don't don't limit it. Don't limit its power. Actually, don't limit it. So that let's just leave it this way. And then the paddings, okay? So you don't have to put a corner around. The corner around is like borders, like it's round. So I think that's good. So probably oh let's leave the size at 18. And is there a way to increase the height? I think okay, no. So now that's good. So now let's go. White. You don't want to change the background color. So this one you have to put in the code. So now let's go here and go and check the code. So let's use Colorzilla like I've done. So just come here. Colorzilla helps you to uh what's happening? Okay. So let's pick color. Okay, page color picker. So you can see it already brought the color and it said copy to clipboard. It has copied to my clipboard already. I'll just come here, control and then paste it. And see as simple as ABC. That's how simple it is to do it. So now we are going to go on. You're going to go on and continue. Okay, that's done. Let's come back and then let's add in another element inside it. So what do you want to add it first? A text. So your text, yeah, we want to. Okay, I think okay, let's just go. So the one thing, when you want to put text here, you don't put it inside here. So you have to come here, then you paste it here. Okay. So now let's give it some stuff like this one is italic. So you have to make it italic. Where's my mouse? Oh, my mouse stopped working. So if you want to make it italic, you have to give it um you have to make it star star or italic or dash dash like this it. You can see this thing here. So I'll have to do that. So let me use my so let me add it. Um let me use this. So and my keyboard is having some fault. So you can see now I wanted to bold it. That's two stars. I added two stars. I want to make it italic too. So that's another star. So making it three stars. So you just have to understand their codes and it's not really hard. It's not hard. So let's change the color to white. And then let's change so so let's look for railway. Okay, thank God it's available. Okay. So now the pics like let's check the size. So we have 25 and then line height is 30. Unfortunately, I don't know why this thing it's like the thing is this. Normally, um fonts are calculated in pixels, but I think car.co calculates its own in EM or something like that. So we have to look for something like conversion of pixel to I think EM, okay? It's calculated in EM. So I don't really know what that EM is, right? So but then this one is going to help us out. So when you can be able to calculate it and then so pixel but let's just go through it this way. So I think I'll just have to guess and let's say 1.35. Let's leave 1.25. Okay, I think that's good. So now the next thing we want to do is give it another one. So let's add a container. So the container try pro let's remove this. So the container is default. And then let's go to here. So let's look at the width. Oh, so like I made sure the width is like this. So the height, let's just leave that. Let's give it a background color. So the background, let's give it a color and then it's white. You understand? So now let's reduce the width. Like I'm not even I did not even know I'll be able to do something like this. So let's look here. So 90. So let's give it 95. Let's give it 100. What's happening? But I want you to know that throughout this video that card is very good. Don't discriminate. Like people are using it really well. Some people are getting paid to use itself. So it doesn't matter. So now we want you to do this discover. This one I use Ranga and I think it will be here. So one thing we want to do now is add um a I'm having a problem with my laptop though. I don't know what's wrong with it. So okay. So you just have to click on it and then let's come here, add. Let's add a text. So in our text, we want to come here and then add our stuff. Discover the so I think this one is not italic, it's normal. The style is normal. So let's come here, leave the style that way, and then it's not white, it's going to be black, and then we change from railway to Ranga. Oh, Ranga is not here. So I think I used one in the video I did that time. It was lobster. So let's use lobster. So system also do not have it. Like I said now. So let's look at leave it this way. And then so I think it's great this way. Okay, but before I continue now, let's look about the layout. Let's when you look at something like this, one thing that is not really well correlating, look at this space. The space here, like this wish you could, and the space to this white thing is just little, which is also little. But when you look at this one, the space inside, I think is much. So I don't want to add more space. You can leave it there at that. But then that's where your margins and paddings come in. And if you don't know, margins are lines like the space outside this box that's this green box here, the space that are outside, like this box here, this white thing here is the margins. Then the paddings are the space that are inside from here, all this place. The text inside the box, the space between them. Why this text outside the box is your margin. You understand? So now let's go here. What we want to reduce is the margin because it's the space outside the box. So now let's go to margins. Wow, the margins are already done. So now let's come to this bigger one and let's deal with the paddings because the paddings is inside. So vertical, like vertical is much. So let's reduce it. You can see. So I can tell you almost everything, every platform works like the same thing. So the next thing we want to do is add another text, generate you over. Because when you look at it, generate you over is smaller than this 1 million naira. So let's add a new text. Sorry, I did a mistake. Well, I think we just digit it. And one thing, I won't be designing everything, abeg. So it's just me trying to illustrate how these things works and how you can go about designing your stuff. It's more about you doing it. Like no, I can assure you, nobody can teach you to sit you down and start teaching you A, B, C of these things. What they just try to do is show you the dashboard and like the element, everything you can do around here. You have test list. Like these are some examples of lists. Do you have any list here? I don't think I have any list here. And even when you see, there's one mistake I did here. Like when you're reading in the desktop mode, it's not really readable because it's very far. Like someone imagine someone going through like this, yeah, and they will now come back here again. This is one thing you want to avoid. But actually the problem was that I was focused more on the mobile side, like the phone side, rather than the desktop side. And also you have to like don't try to do that. Do both. Make sure both are really good. You understand? So let me delete this one. So what you want to add is a text. I want to drag the text inside. Just drag it inside. Then the text is going to be this color. So I think wow. Generated. So let's go and check the color. Uh so let me copy. This is the color code. So let me copy it. Uh okay. So let's go and put this thing here first. Say generate over. So let's change the font. So we want to make it bold. And my shift key is not working. Let me expand. So I like the board already, so let's go and change the font. The font is Montserrat. It's a very popular one. And also, but I don't know where to get the board there. Let's see. Well, So let's come back here. I want to make it very, very bold. But I don't think it can get bolder like than this. Is there a way? I'm not sure. So let's make the size bigger. Okay. So okay, yeah, this is where you can get it. Okay, you see. So we want to make it bold and then black. I want to make it heavy rather. So generate over, then we want to give it a color. Like okay, I think this is where they give it color. Mm, I think they used to give it color, yeah. So let's get that color again. I think I have it here too. So I think this is the color, midnight blue, or this one. I think it's this one. Okay, this is it. So let's put it there. Is there any reason why this thing is not putting? Okay, so we are good to go. So it's working. So now the next thing we want to add is another one, text. So um this one is the same thing. So we just want to say this one, and then we want to paste it there. Okay, so now this one is the biggest. So due to the fact that we can't calculate. So let's leave it this way. Don't mind it's big and I know. So now let's talk about the spacing. So I said spacing is also one of the most important thing here. So now let's the line spacing, like the space between these lines, let's reduce it. In fact, I think I'll still have to increase the size. Okay, so let's increase the size to something like this. So let's check how our landing page looks like. Um, I think it's good. Okay, so now let's reduce the gap here because it looks like they are together. So that's where the paddings and margins come in. But since the margins are good, so let's look at the margins of this one. So how can we reduce this thing, sha? So um I'm not sure how good about this one, but yeah, okay. So let me increase the size to it needs to be bigger. And then okay. So I just hope you get the framework of this thing. It's about you looking at ideas and then developing them. Understand? So looking at this thing, you might not want to do something like this. It's even forbidden for you to do something this same way. You might want to do something in the sense that you change the color, like this color, and this color. You might want to change it, and then the way the styles, like the font I use, you might use a font that like a dancing script here, and it could be a dancing script here, or it can just be like this one only, and then a bigger font. Like you might not want to add this one, probably because we wish you could start using this. Okay, you can just put another thing here, learn how to generate over so without using this one. So it's like you trying to go about ideas. You can even decide to make sure this one, like this one, has a decoration on top of it. You want to probably could have a decoration on top of it, or have borders, or have drop shadows, or whatever it is. So you are not trying to complicate things, but you're not trying to copy things too. So now let's look at this one, the paddings. It's not bringing about the paddings. It's only bringing the paddings for this one. So I think there's nothing we can do for it here. So let's just make this one smaller. Um, so you get. And now let's continue. I don't really like these things. Okay. So you have 100% guaranteed. So we're also going to reach Vanguard. rang, ranger. So let's put it under. You can see everything is in boxes. Another text, another box, all these text. This one inside a box, this one inside a box, and then this one inside a box. This thing inside a box, and then the video inside a box, a box, a box. Everything is inside boxes. So we place boxes inside boxes. We place this box inside this box. We place this ones, this box inside this box, and then this box inside this box. Then this one in everything. So that's what you should keep in mind. So let's put 100% guaranteed. 100% guaranteed. Then I want to change to lobster. Great. So we want to change it to black, and then so we want to reduce the size to the very lowest. So I think 1.5 is good. Then I think I underlined it. So when you want to underline, I think there's a way. Underline is dash dash. So let me see if this is going to work. Okay, dash dash. So I think I did this thing now. Okay, underline I think it's true. Oh, wow. So you have it there. And then next thing you want to do is add a video. So this video, you want to put it inside the white. So put it under here. And then it's very simple. Embed your video, please don't upload. Just go and check a YouTube link. So let me copy the YouTube link for this one. So let's say share. So I'll just copy and then come and paste. No, it's supposed to have shown. But let's come here, let's style it, let's give it a bigger size. So aspect ratio. So let's make it square. No, I don't like it this way. Let's make it 4 by 3. Then the margins. I want to give it a gap. You understand? So alright, so one mistake I've been doing since morning is that I've been designing the desktop mode, I've not designed the mobile mode. So let's check the mobile mode. Wow. Okay, so now I want to do like all this gap, I want to close on these gaps. You understand? So let's just check default. You understand? So now the page, I want to give it a color. Wow, I think when it's default, you can't give it a color because let me check it. You can't give it a color. So let's check it, make it as box. So let's come here. Let's see if we can manipulate through. So I think we can go through, sha. So the margins. So let's leave it at 0. You can see now that everything now looks like it is inside this thing. You understand? So let's make this one wider. So the part like the margins. So I think we want to make it 0. So let's make it 0. It's not working. Okay. So there's one thing I want to do here. I want to make sure this thing is not that much. So I think I'll have to work on this page. So like I said, part is just you trying to manipulate you, trying to tweak things until it suits your taste. So now the paddings here are much. The paddings inside this blue page are much. So now for the we want to do the horizontal now. The horizontal I want to make it wider. You can see now. Bravo. So we want to do it 0.8. Bravo. So we want to make this test. Um I think let's increase the weight. Okay. No, don't let us increase. Let's leave it this way. Then the size. Oh, line spacing is good. So then let's go to the size. I'm not even sure if this thing is making sense at all. So I think I think it's making sense. Okay, it's making sense. So let's change this one too. The size should be smaller, and then the line spacing should not be much, and then the margins should be at 0.5. Let's put it at 1. I think the margins is the one below, so let's put it at 0. So let's come back to this one. We want to make sure this gap here is much. So the vertical gap, I want to give it some gap. So now let's go to generate u over. Generate u over, the line spacing is just too much. Let's, and in fact we have to reduce the size. Now as you are designing for mobile, so I want to leave it this way. Also make sure that you are designing for desktop. So let's reduce the size small. Okay, I think that's good. So it's great, right? When you look at your landing page this way, so I don't know what background is this. I don't even know why it's there. So the padding for the margins, let's put that 0. Wow. So let me save my work first. Okay, so one thing I want to do is I want to save it. Name. What's the title? Let's say resale page for affiliate. Affiliate marketing. So I don't want to give description. So publish to a okay. So now that's what we want to do. Let's give it a name. Let's say affiliate funnels. Affiliate funnels. So it's checking if it's available. .car.co. So you have, I'm not sure what is happening. Publish now. Okay, description is required. Learn how to make money. So what was also okay. So make I publish now. So I'm publishing, and I'll also be checking it on my phone. So let me just say okay. Let me check it on my phone first. All right, I checked it and it's very very beautiful. Unfortunately, the problem I'm having is this line here, the background. Let's give it a color. I think we just manipulate you, and then let's give it that same color that it is here. So I think that's the only way out. So let's give it that same color. So because I don't want something like that to just show up, I have to give it that same color. What's wrong? No grill. So I think I didn't copy everything. I didn't copy all the whole color. That's why it's not bringing the code out. So I have to manipulate. Like I said, it's about you knowing what you want. So now let's make sure this one comes up. Margins at 0, and then Alignment. Okay. Spacing. Okay, I think I got the solution, Sha. Okay, you just have to increase the spacing. Done. I'm going to pause this thing and come back to check. So one thing I want to do now is this generate over. I want to make sure the padding goes down. So um like the gap here is too much. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do here. I think there's no way. Appearance margins. Then put the margins at 0. The line spacing. It's not working. Um there's nothing like that here. So I think I already took a lot of times also. So the last thing I want to do is add a button. Okay, someone have a ring can. Okay. So let's be very snappy with it. I wanted to make this a 50-minute video. So I want to save. Please make sure you save your work. Oh. This thing is very cruel. It doesn't care. If you not save and then they take light or things get low, that's all. So let me go back to my desktop mode and you can see this thing. The problem with this thing is that once you change anything here, it's going to affect the ones here. I don't know why it's like that. Background. Let me change the background to white. Okay, done. So and also this one, I want to bring it down. Um, let me go to the main page. It's not working. So I don't know why it should affect. So let's go here. I think it's the spacing. We have to reduce this. Um, it's affecting this one here, but it's not affecting that one here. I don't know what's wrong. So probably might want to leave it this way. But it was cool the way I left it before. So one thing is that okay, when you are trying to build, just focus more on the mobile side because most people are not checking it here. So let me just go and increase my stuff back because 99% who will start this thing sef. And even you are using this card.co because you don't have a laptop. So you understand? So let's make this one like 1.8 and let's bold it. Let's make it bold because maybe I should leave it that way. So we have let's just continue our stuff. You have to drag and drop here. So then the next thing you have to drop. So the thing is once because it was here, then the next steps you have to go there. But you have to always make sure to come down. So um, so I want to drag the text here. What's wrong like this? Okay. So we want to add the text and then it's Montserrat. Let's change it from Lobster to Montserrat. Uh, okay. So make it bold. So bold for bold you have to add double stars and then it will get bold. You can see. And then let's reduce the size. Size around 1.75. Let's leave it about 1.625 and then underline you have to add the element so you can see it's two dashes. 1, 2. I'm using this thing because my shift key is not working. Um it's too big. Let's reduce the size. In fact, if possible, I would have put it beside this place, but there's no way. I would have just like something like this, I'll just put it beside it. But now let's do the button, which is the last part. Okay, buttons. And the only place I prefer you add something is is your button. Like most times your animations should be your button. Don't just be going around, because this is one problem I see people do. They add a lot of buttons. They add a lot of buttons. They add a lot of buttons, and it's not good. They add a lot of buttons. So now your button should look like a button, not like just a normal text that is highlighted. So you want to give it a color. Let's give it a background color. Now I want to make it green. So I use this eyedropper too because it saves a lot of greens. It saves a lot of stuff. So you can see you have a lime green here. Let's check it out. So if you're having problems with the color, just take your time to check this color codes, or just be very, very attentive to check my color codes. You understand? So when like so you can see when I over the color change. So that let's go to over. This is over. So let me use another green, but a little bit darker. So let's go for this kind of green, and then the code is 189718. I'm sorry I've not been calling codes, but then if you have any problem, just come to my DM though. What is wrong? What is wrong? So let's copy this, and this should be, so when you over you can see, and then let's style the button solid. Okay, let's make it solid. Okay, so label only. Do you want to add an icon? Like I added an icon, so let's add icon plus label plus icon. So the icon will be after. So background color, we already did that. Label color, icon color is white. So um height, we want to make it big. Where is the height I'm dragging it? We want to make it big, and then the width, I want to make it wide. 29.5. Let's give it 35. Why this thing they do like this? So let's give it 29. Where is the width? So you can see it's fun. It's actually fun. Reading your landing pages. It's actually fun. So let's leave it this way. Font Montserrat. So now let's give it. So let's go back here. Join my business class. Label. Probably should add. I want to check if the bold stuff will work here. Like, let's check if the bold stuff will work here. So is it working? No, it's not working. So we go to this particular place. We wait to go and edit. So you can see we are talking about the colors where we dealt with the color of the button. Now let's go to the font side. This is the font side, down. So we left this side in size away. So let's make it bold. Okay, that's good. And this, so the appearance, okay, is good like this. Layout is 0. So so let's just leave it at row. I don't know what that means. So I think that's good. That's really good. So now let's look into the icons. Icon size, let's make it bigger. Icon no gree bigger. But okay, let's come back here. I don't know where to. Okay, let's look at the icon. Let's add an icon. Wow. Let's add an icon. Okay. Now you just have to go to the buttons here and then come down to icon, then check. So we have a lot of things. I just want to use an arrow. I don't even know what to check. Arrow left. Is it arrow left or arrow right? I think it's arrow right. So we have arrow right, which is light. Then I think arrow right will be also be bold. Okay. All right. This one will be bold. So I think that is so. Now, what you already want it to be? So you just want it to be y dot me slash 234 9076879399. Actually, this is my number. And if you can put yours there, wow. If you put my number there, well, I'll just keep getting leads. Why I don't know where they come from. Understand? So I think that's it. So when on click, so when they click, I don't understand. When they click on this thing, what happens? I think something should happen. And this is the last part we'll be talking about. So I almost dealt with any element. So if you need image, you can just drag your image. And everything here is mobile optimized. Because when you come here, okay, I think we have a problem now. Okay. Now let's look at this. The size is big. So we have to reduce the size. Okay, that's fine. Then the text here. Okay. I think the button, the width of the button is maximum. The height, then the size. So it must be very small with that. Wow. Okay, I think the problem with that is because the paddings here. Okay, you can see the paddings are now bigger, which is what's supposed to be. So the paddings are now bigger. So now let's go back here. The paddings for these white things. Understand? So let's increase the padding. So now let's increase the size at least a bit bigger. So now let's come here to row. Let's make it column. Probably when it goes, probably is going to work well. But it's not working well, sure. So I think it's good this way. I think it's good this way. Then the last thing we want to do is add a URL. So whenever they click, so let's go and check it. I don't understand URL types he's talking about. But we should be able to add our URL. And that's the last thing we want to do. Um okay. So I think we have come to an end. Yeah. I'll just have to stop now.